Dr. James JC Cooley. That's right. Let's go. It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James JC Cooley. All right.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yeah. Dr. James JC Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. And wow, we got an absolutely fantastic show coming your way today. I tell you, sit back, grab you about 8-9 bags of popcorn, because we're going to do it. We got some young entrepreneurs that are doing great things over in Tanzania, Africa. That's where we're at right now, at the Africa Trade and Investment Conference, one of the best conferences I've ever been. And it's amazing. And I got my guest here, who is running the school, educating and creating entrepreneurs. Meshack, how you pronounce it? Meshack. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Man, I've been observing some of your entrepreneurs, man.
Sure.
And, tell me a little bit about your program, and you know what it does, and what type of entrepreneurs are that in your program.
Okay, the kind of entrepreneurship that we're talking about is what's called the social entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
And we realized that for long, like most of our youth, it's traditionally, especially in the African context, that when I first, for example, the first day I went to school, I saw that, at the end of the day, my mom told me, you want to be a doctor? And then my teacher told me that you're going to become a teacher at the end of the day. So we were never told that at the end of the day, when you finish school, you may finish as a teacher from school, from university, but it's not a must that you get employed. And that's the reason why we have been most of our youth frustrated. So we were never given an option through the education system. If you don't get a job, for example, what do you do next? What happens? And that's why I came up with a dream called a social entrepreneurship kind of model that is called Kipajikazi. So Kipajikazi is that's a combination of two Swahili names, of which that's Kipaji. Kipaji is Kipaji. It simply means passion or talent, and then Kazi is an opportunity. And then if you realize most of the most successful people, the likes of Kuli, are people who are doing what they love doing most. And then I realized, why is it that we need to question ourselves and see what is it that these people, the most successful people, have been able to do that they are this successful. It's because they did what they love doing, and they had to capitalize on that. Had to capitalize on that, and then it's kind of the mentality that we have that is limiting people. But if you are able to open that camp so that they can be able to know exactly, for example, if you professionalize what you do, like I love what you call circular economy. If we open our youth, for example, their mind so that they can be able to know, this waste, you can make it as a key resource to create an opportunity, not just for you, but create an opportunity for people across the community where you're coming from. And that's why I came up with that social entrepreneurship model called Kibanyakazi. And that's the one that we are implementing. And it's actually in three phases. It's in three phases. Phase one is called identification and realization. Phase two is about mentorship and training. And then phase three is execution and implementation. You see that? So at the identification, we're talking about making the youth, for example, the ones that you've seen here today, we've been having them for the past like 2 years. First is that you have to make them to realize themselves that what is it that I'm passionate about. Each one of them, you see, they're doing different stuff. So they will be able to identify themselves without anyone pushing them in. They'll be able to be like, me, I'm good at this, and the other will say, I'm good at this, and the other is good at this. So the next step is that we identify the viable opportunities that we have around. Which opportunity do we have? For example, we have waste management, we have climate, and all those, so that they can be able to diversify, and then they be able now to align themselves. I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good. So that's at stage one. Stage two, once they've been able to identify what they love, is that we look for the necessary professionalism, the experts, the mentors who will be able to mentor them in that field, so that they can be able to be successful. For example, if it's someone like in the media, like what Kuli is doing, those one will be able to attach them to you so that you give them the necessary that they need in practical, so that they'll be able to learn and know this is how this is done, ABCD and all that. And if this person is doing what he loves doing, he loves the media like what you do, he definitely be successful. So the moment he's done now, from the mentorship and the training, in regard to the program that we have, the next thing is to make this person not just leave him there or her, but give her now the stats, so that now that's where the implementation stage, so that it gets started. If it's about the circular economy, it's been taken around, knows this is how we sort this waste, this is how we can be able to convert it to briquettes, this is how we can be able to convert it to soldier fry and all that. Now we get them started so that they can also start running that business, so that now they're benefiting. But our motto is, once you've been mentored to that step, you must get other youth from outside. So it's kind of it's fire burning. It's like a bush. Once one bush starts burning, it has to burn across.
Yeah. So, what are some of your entrepreneurs? What are some of the projects that they're working on?
Okay, the projects that they're doing at the moment, we have quite a number. We are those who are doing more. Most of them, because you see, Africa is an agriculture kind of continent. We say the ones that we're handling right now, like in this conference, is that they are they're actually doing projects like there's one who's doing circular economy. There's another one who's doing something to do with value addition to in respect to honey. That's a bees farm. That's bees farming. Another is doing with pig farming. Another one is doing about how we can be able to convert the waste, the organic waste, into manure, and the rest, just which is used. For example, she wants to convert. For example, you see the way we are doing our greenhouse farming at the moment is more GMO. It's more of GMO, but now there is a way she's come up with some way that we are doing it in a more organic way. So that's another one. Another one has come up with value addition with bananas. Bananas, and then there's so many other projects that they're doing at the moment. They start never ending, but so far so good. So the ones I can able to
So,
remember.
so I'll tell you what.
Yes.
We're gonna take a station break. When we come back, we want to bring some of the young entrepreneurs on the show to talk about their project.
Yeah.
So I tell you what. whichever platform that you're watching us on. If you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments, ask any questions that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Yeah. Come on.
We need to go do that now. Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do. The last of the four C's that I want to talk about: create, collaborate, commit. When you commit to something, if I say, Brad, are you going to do that? What you going to say? Yes. Or if I say, Brad, you going to do that? Yeah. That's not total commitment, because when you commit, you got to commit with confidence. Confidence that you can do it. Confidence that you can grow this program. Confidence that we can save lives. Confidence that we can create opportunities to make our communities, make people's lives just coming back in the system, to make lives that are people that are in high school and in the communities and juvenile and this. We got to educate them, because the main thing that we want to build out of all of this with opportunities, we utilize the 4 C's: create, collaborate, commit with what? Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do, it's all about committing with God. Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you what, just had a quick conversation with Misha, and I tell you, he got a couple of entrepreneurs here with us that we're going to hear from them shortly. And so, you were saying,
Yes. Okay. I was saying that this program is actually called Rise Up Leadership Program, because we found that we need leadership. Leadership actually has to come first. So we have to train them in matters to do leadership, because once someone knows how to lead it, or how to lead herself or himself, it becomes easy. So we're doing this leadership program as a consortium. That's Angel Smile Initiative from Kenya, and we also have the Kens Foundation, the IAA, the integrated IAA from Tanzania, which is being led by Madam Nima. And the great thing that we are trying to do is that to see how best we can be able to help our youth, especially. We just started it here, and it's not just in Tanzania, because like me, I come from Kenya, but we are doing it across. You'll hear one of our students who is from Tanzania, and then another one is from Kenya. So we are trying to give it an African kind of image, and even beyond, because we're looking at the youth. When we're talking about the youth, we're not just talking about Africa, we're talking about the world at large. So we want to see that change, and we have started. I think you've witnessed and seen what it's. Thank you.
So I tell you, young lady, can you please introduce yourself to the world?
Okay, thank you very much. Good good evening from my side to the world. I am Juliet Marando, a youth from the Raise Up Leadership Program under the Integrated Empowerment Initiatives. And tell you what, I feel very lucky to be in that organization and to attend the Raise Up Leadership Program. We began this leadership program, say 2023, and through this program, we've been able to learn so many things, and we are expecting to grow as in from the number that we were since 2023 till now. We expect in the next coming year we're going to have up to 1,000 youth, because in the Raise Up Leadership Program we learn so many things to and some of the few things that we've been learning through the Raise Up Leadership Program is entrepreneurology. We get to know the difference between imagination, knowledge, and experience, how to mingle all those things to emerge as a successful entrepreneur. Where else could you get such knowledge? We are very grateful, and we have good instructors in our program. Other things that we've learned, we've been taught about networking, the importance of networking. We have been learning about policy advocacy, how to become a good leader, whether you're in a career path or in your business or anywhere. You've got to get the skills to emerge as a perfect leader in order to succeed or excel from that step to the next. So whether you want to build a career path, you want to become an entrepreneur, or you want to learn what other countries have in different cultures, the Raise Up Leadership Program is a perfect place for you to learn. And tell you what, I myself as a youth, I highly recommend all the youth in the world to find a way, come and join us, and you get to learn so many things, and you will never ever regret being a part of this team. Thank you very much.
Young man, introduce yourself. Tell the world who you are.
Hello, world. I'm Emmanuel Chule, an entrepreneur in the circular economy space. Initially, I used to say this as a small thing, but as we speak now, from this space, I can tell you it's about consistency. So I'm an entrepreneur in the agribusiness whereby we do circular economy, and I'm still a beneficiary of the Rise Up Leadership Program. Initially, I used to stay in the streets. I used to be idle, and I was so naive, and even I was involved in drug uses. But currently, as you can see, I'm looking sharp, I'm looking fit, thanks to the Rise Up Leadership Program. Yes, thank you.
Wow, yeah, that was great. And you are looking sharp.
Thank you, sir.
You, you,
And just to add up on that, uh, we've been able to connect and share experiences. First, we meet online, and once in a while, we get to meet in a particular country in Africa. And tell you what, through that, we get to learn what others do, what we do, we exchange knowledge, and that's what we call networking. Thank you.
so I want to know a little bit about your project. So let's start with you first. What is your project? What is for? What are you doing? How are you taking your your invention or your entrepreneurship and turning it into something special?
My project involves waste management. So currently, before I tell you about my project, I want to tell you why this is important to me. The reason this is important to me is that I've been born in the streets, I've been raised in the slums, I've walked through it, I've breathed it, and I've seen how it affects the kids. So I did not just want to wait there for change. These things sparked something in me that I wanted to be part of this change. So my project involves waste management using circular economy, whereby we are managing the waste that is being disposed into the rivers and turning them into value-added product like briquettes, avocado oil, black soldier fly, animal feeds, and also we are trying next, this project I'm working on, it involves potato bashing. So that's what my project it's all about. And I want to encourage the youth that are out there not to see waste as a challenge, but you want to see waste as gold. There's no such thing as waste. Waste is only waste if you waste it. But if you put innovation in it, I believe you can turn it into something useful. And I urge the other entrepreneurs to indulge themselves in agribusiness. There's a big gap over there, and we need to fill it in order to transform our world. Thank you.
Tell us about your project.
Thank you very much. I am dealing with piggery farming under the company name Greenlight Investments. Why piggery farming? I personally grew up from a family that is conducting the piggery farming projects, and I have been seeing my parents doing it the local way. And then I joined the Raise Up Leadership Program. I got the knowledge to know how to scale up in businesses, how to advance in technology in any kind of business that one wants to involve themselves in. And then I was so moved with it. And then I was like, why not for me to do the piggery farming project in order to help other local farmers move from the backyard farming method or the local farming method into the new technology farming method that will help them get a greater yield compared to what they're doing right now. And tell you what, I'm seeing myself at a very big place in the coming 5 years because I am scaling up. The knowledge that I'm getting is way too
Say
big.
that. Say that again.
I
You
am
are scaling up.
scaling up so big.
That's it. It's about scaling up.
And we are living by our slogan from the Raise Up Leadership Program. We say, think local, act global.
Say that one more time so that they can get
It's
that.
think global,
act
act local.
local. So I'm starting
That's the
locally,
logo.
thinking, how will I be able to reach the other places outside Tanzania, outside East Africa, to the world? So yeah.
So that's what Rise Up Leadership Program is about. You see,
Think
even from the way
global.
they are speaking, you can be able to tell these are leaders. When they first came in the program, you could not believe that it's like him. He told you he was from the streets, and then he had to realize himself. That's what Rise Up. That's what it's called Rise Up. Rise Up Leadership Program is to rise someone from somewhere with that potential. The only thing that we need in a Rise Up Leadership Program is the potential. So the moment we know we ignite that potential, then that's it. That's success. I think you've seen what has happened in this conference. You've seen what they've been able to do.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. One thing that you need to know is that when someone is passionate about what that person does, irrespective of the challenges that this person will be able to get along the way, you'll definitely be able to sustain them, and they will be able to be sustainable in some way. Because it's not easy for this person to leave that program. But for example, if you're going to push someone to do something that does not come from the heart, along the way, with a few challenges, is going to drop, and there's going to be a waste. So that's why we feel that this that we've been able to mend up to this far, this that they've been able to come. That's why the young lady is talking about scaling. If anyone can be able to come and help them scale up, then that's it. And it's not just about them, because always the way we do it, everything is about like more teamwork. And then it's not about them, it's about those that they're going to touch.
Oh, thank you. Apparently, speaking about teamwork, I personally came here with my piggery farming project, and then I met Emmanuel. He's producing the so-called
The black soldier
the
flies.
black soldier fly.
The circular
It's one of-
economy now.
It's one of his products from the West. And tell you what, he introduced it to me, and apparently it's a very good and potential food to the pigs.
To the pigs. You see,
It
that's
has a
circular
very
economy.
high content of protein. So with this, I'm gonna be her customer, and we're gonna be helping each
It's
other,
already have
moving
a
from one step to the other.
That's an
That's
ecosystem
what we
already.
call ecosystem and scaling.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Yes. So that's what
Young minds
yes.
coming together, working together, understanding leadership. And before you become a leader, you have to be a father. And then you gather all of those skill sets as you go about. And some good ones, some bad ones. And you have two bags. A bag with the good stuff. I mean, grab the good stuff, put it in this bag on your right. Bag with the bad stuff, you grab and you put that in
Yeah,
When you
right.
find yourself in a situation or circumstance, especially when it's come to entrepreneur, many people have done great things and was successful. Many people have done things that they were not successful. When you find yourself peering off into the unsuccessful, look in that bag and see some of the things that you learned, and you say, "Oh no, can't do that." Look in that good bag and improvise on what someone else has already done to be successful, and pick out those things.
Exactly.
That's
I
actually
believe
So,
like innovation and technology is the way to do this. Using innovation to eradicate poverty is something that have been mentored here at the Rise Up program. And it all starts in the mind. Once you have a weak mindset, believe me, you ain't going forward. There's always something that will be dragging back. You'll always find an excuse for something to drag you back. But once you set the right mindset, I believe you'll move forward. Not fast, slow steps. I started by crawling, now I'm walking. Very soon, I'll be running.
and
Pretty
flying
fast,
and
faster
flying,
than Noah times.
flying.
So,
I love this. I can go on all day.
Yeah,
So, but we got to take a station break and always dream big, think big, and be big at everything that you do.
Yes, sir.
I mentioned to you guys about the 4 C's yesterday: create, collaborate, commit with confidence.
That's
So
right.
we're gonna take a station break. We're gonna come back. We got a lot more of this. If you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments on the platform that you're watching us on. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Listen up. It's Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Yeah. It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Hey.
Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith and learning come together to transform lives. At VCU, we believe that education is more than just academics. It's about fostering a community of growth, integrity, and purpose. Whether you're pursuing a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, VCU offers flexible, affordable, and 100% online degree programs that cater to your busy life. Our innovative platform provides a personalized learning experience, empowering you to thrive in today's ever-evolving world. Join a global community of learners guided by an experienced faculty who are committed to your success. With VCU, you're not just earning a degree, you're preparing for a future that integrates faith, leadership, and service. Viridian Christian University, educating with purpose, transforming lives. Learn more at ViridianChristianUniversity.com. ViridianChristianUniversity.com.
This is good.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, just sitting here, man, your students are amazing.
Yeah.
Your students are amazing, and the things that, the way that they're explaining, you can feel the excitement.
You can feel
in
the
what,
same.
what they're
It's
doing.
about passion. You know, that's we're talking about passion. Passion just comes. You don't have to drive it. It doesn't need an ignition. It just drives itself, you know.
So
And that's
tell me a little bit about these two right here. And
now
but they're
this.
gonna introduce
Yeah,
themselves.
sure.
But
Okay.
so
Let me
let's start
introduce
with you,
myself.
young lady. Tell the world who you are, what you do, why you're so passionate about the things that you're doing.
Okay, my name is Lorenzo Paul, and I'm here today as one of the fruits of the IAI product for the Rise of Leadership program for the youth. And I am a beekeeper. I'm passionate about keeping bees. And I got this by working with the farmers in the rural areas, rural societies. This is where this passion came from. So seeing them doing the beekeeping traditionally made me want to know more about bees and help them to scale up, help them to grow further than what they're doing. So by studying beekeeping, after I worked with them, so I went to college after seeing what they're doing. Then I started beekeeping, and then now I help them make the use of the biggest investment fund in the beekeeping. But where did I get that? Is through the Atic Foundation, and the Rise of Leadership program that came from the Atic also. So um, this is what I love doing, bees.
Yeah, okay, okay. What she's not really mentioned is how she's been able to be innovative. You know, everyone does beekeeping and stuff, but there is something that unique she's done. I would like her to highlight a little bit.
We'll get back to that.
Exactly.
Hey, young man, tell the world who you are and what you do, what you're so passionate about.
My name is Andrea Kumbuko. I'm from Iringa. I'm is in the community, and I look at since I'm in the community, there is a lot of change within the community. As a professional accountant, I was volunteering in advising the community as addition relating to financial services. Uh, by doing that, I evaluated that in the community, especially in villages, especially in the areas, there's problem of malnutrition to the children. So I come as a project to help that because I partly around the statistics, and I almost over more than 6% of malnutrition is faced in the region, in spite of being the one of the most region produce a lot of crops, but is still faced with malnutrition. So I decided to have the project to help them, in spite of being there is a mother supplement, but still the problem of malnutrition is is there. So I decided that to provide the education, to have the supplementary show of all content, the supplement will be natural and then be easily prepared in preparation since the supplement will be taking the supplement, mixing the hot water, as the sugar, ready for use.
Yeah. Okay, so like what he's trying to say is that he came up with a formula that has, because you know, from where he comes from, most people, something that inspired him is that he came up with a formula, and this formula is just simple that has a balanced diet because you know most people like where he comes from, they do farming, but they do one form of farming that's maize farming. Maize farming alone, if you feed just on maize alone, it's not a balanced diet. So still there is malnutrition and all that. So it decided to solve that problem by coming up with a formula that it mixes a couple of other uh, um, let me say crops and then the local produce so that he can be able to he actually has that formula that once you mix it and in one, it becomes a formula whereby you can be able to feed, and once you feed on that, once you feed on that, then you are able to get a balanced diet, especially children who are most affected and people back. So he did this using the local resources to solve that problem because people, most of them, did not have the know-how on how to balance the balanced diet to get the minerals necessary for health and all that. But he has been able to solve that know what to use. Another thing that I can mention about him, you've had it told you that he's a professional. He went to school and decided as a professional accountant. But you see what he's passionate about. This is what we're talking about. You go to school, you're told you have to become a professional accountant, but he has ended up becoming an innovator. And you see what he's doing. He's solving a problem in the community. And like I told you, as much as he's not, he'll be gaining out of what he's doing. He's solving a problem back in his community. You see that?
So
this,
you mentioned the formula.
Yeah.
So do you drink it? How you do this?
How you do this? You say that it's just simple. It's like more ready. You just get hot water. It's just more of like porridge. You see, it's like just more porridge. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's ready. I mean, it's like flour that's ready, but has all the nutrients necessary. Because you see, it's hard for people, especially to go get stuff, different stuff, and especially in the local areas, maybe you'll get like most of them. If it's about maize, most of them grow in a given area. We find that they only have maize, and that's now they try to play around the maize, just maize alone. But you see, this one does not solve the balancing diet kind of a thing. So he had to come up with something that can be able to solve this back in his community, and that's what it's about.
You mentioned bees, that you're fascinated with bees. I was told that Tanzania has some of the best honey in the world.
Yes.
Yeah, so how do you go about harvesting? Well, I'm thinking bees. They sting. I mean, a lot. Yeah, so tell us about that.
So actually, I mean, we got to school, but how do we get the equipment? So through the Atic also, we've been helped to get some of the funds, and now we have bee suits. You know, bee suits.
Oh yeah.
So how do I go to the bees? I have to wear some protective gears. So as a lady, you see me, I harvest myself. So I go to the forest, I gear up with my bee suit and my veil,
Uh-huh.
complete gear, and then I go to the hive and operate on it myself. So I harvest myself. So when you say that Tanzania has the best honey, I can assure you it does, because yes, I harvest myself.
So you harvest the cones,
Yes.
and yeah, I'm just asking because I don't know how do they go. How you go about getting the honey out of the cones without actually the cones getting into the product?
Yes, so since it's the only way out of harvesting safely is having the knowledge of how to harvest. And that's what I got from the Rise of Leadership program. So, like, the knowledge of knowing how to harvest. So, you take the comb from the honey, you have to do it gently. The secret is doing it gently. You don't want to kill the bees in the process. You don't want to destroy the combs larvae. You just want to take, and with the use of proper equipment like bee smokers, it helps you. It helps you. It helps you to work smoothly with the bees. So you calm them down with the smoker. You take the bar outside the hive, and then you just take only the honey. And actually, as I study
Well,
more,
you put the cones back.
you put so it depends on what hive you're operating with. So we have different kind of hives. We have the Langstroth hive introduced by the Europeans. So those are the hives that you can harvest with a proper machine. We call it a centrifugal machine. So with that kind of machine, it helps you to harvest only the honey from the combs, and then you're returning it back as it is. So the bees only fills back the honey. They don't have to rebuild.
The bees ain't mad.
But in my, because then I myself am working with them gently. I know I have to leave some food for them. So if you don't want to get them mad, you just have to make sure you're leaving something for them. Yes, so they have something to eat.
Yeah, this
Yes.
this is absolutely fascinating. I mean, wow. I'll get back to that. Your product. So it's kind of like porridge. That's what we said. How did you come up with that idea? I mean, I mean, did you just sit back one day and said, "I'm gonna solve world hunger," or what? How did you come up with, with that particular product? On what it was going to do?
For the project, since I wanted that perform, it's because
there is a lot of children 5 years old. Not on them they are facing such kind of sort of challenge, but also there is a students, pupils in the schools, they have the habit of eating the meals of the same contents. Not on them, but also there is a co-workers in the office. They not getting any supplement. So by doing so, I had such kind of solution to offer prescribe for malnutrition for those categories in different groups, depending on their demands and their quantity, will be prepared depending on their consumption.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what he's trying to say. Like, from where it comes from, the schools, and then there was a lot of malnutrition being reported cases in schools and even at home and all that. So as a responsible, then someone who feels the community, like who tries, that's like in the leadership program. What we're trying to teach people is like, you look around where you come from. If you want to get an opportunity, that's what we're all about. Like what I told you about being passionate and opening your eyes, is you look around where you are, because like nowadays, most of the youth, not just in Africa or across, is that they believe when you're talking about, for example, for you creating an opportunity or something like that, they just think it's about money. So the problem actually for being entrepreneur is not about money. It's about your mindset. Like how do you look at it? Because within where you live, there are problems. And at times when I say that I love problems, at times some people feel like I'm saying it, but it's not, because we have those problems so that we can be able to find solutions. And finding solutions, creating opportunities. Like him, he looked around where he comes from, and then he saw there is malnutrition, and then what he decided, he was like, I have to I have to fix this. And for him fixing that, you see, he already has something that he needs to do, and that's something that I was so passionate about. He's an accountant, but he has come up with a formula that someone who went through a chemistry class or a biology class was supposed to do. So that's all. So that's all about being passionate about what you do and all those stuff. Because there are so many people who have even gone to a biology class, but they've not thought of that. But he did. And that's why I told you, like, at times we need even to have a conversation in terms of, like, how is our education system supposed to support what we do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
In case you just tuning in, wow, we are in Tanzania, Africa, at a African trade and investment conference. I am talking with young entrepreneurs that are solving world hunger. I mean, and at least they're on the path are doing that. And because they have ideas, they dream big, they think big, they be big, they understand, they collaborate, collaborate, commit with confidence. They are so confident in what they are doing and they're so passionate about what they are doing. It's amazing. We got about two minutes left in the show. What are, what is one takeaway, starting with you, that you want the world to get from this great discussion? Yes.
Yeah. Just, I thanks a lot in Integrity Empowerment Initiative for the leadership, for Rise Up leadership programs, for being here in the all people that are around here. So my request, or what I ask for, is to help the youth for the ideation and to make the ideation into tangible products. So it's very important. So there are a lot of youth in the street, they suffer from unemployment. So I believe that through this I'm going to do, I help my society to escape from malnutrition, to provide employment, also and the other SDGs I going to solve about that. So thanks a lot, and I appreciate the leadership of Integrity Empowerment Initiative.
What is a takeaway that you want uh, our viewers out there to take away from this?
Okay, so first of all, I thank the Atic program for being here, and what I want to say to everyone out there who is listening or watching, and is that we have to be there for one another, but we have to be creative. So immediately when you lift it up with someone else, you have to make sure you're also lifting someone else. So that at the end of the day, we have a chain of people who help each other. Do we're living in the world where people expect to be employed. So we have to take out that mindset. Yes, you studied, but not necessarily you have to be employed. So you can either create, like you say, and collaborate, eh, find support, show us what you have so people can support you, and then build what you have.
1 minute less. If someone wanted to support the organization with funding, how could they get in touch and provide funding?
Okay, now what I can say before I say that is that passion, I'm being honest, passion will solve a lot. Passion, commitment will be able to solve so much problems that we have, especially the youth issues that we have in the unemployment. I think these are living examples. So what I will be able to say is that at the Rise Up Leadership Program, we are open to people who are ready so that we can be able to join hands, so that we can be able to change the world. The unemployment program that we have is not an East African problem, it's not an African problem, it's a world over problem. And now once we have this way that we can be able to come up and see that, because this is proven, we need those who are out there who can be like the ambassadors. These are just the ambassadors we've been able to create, and this is something that we've been able to prove. Come aboard so that we join hands so that we can roll. We are so free. As long as you're ready, we are more than ready so that we can be able to join hands and see how best we can be able to do this. This program, we need it to go haywire across the world so that we can be able to change. We are ready because this world is ours and we are the ones. And this is the time that we have the world and everything that we need, the change that we need is in the youth. So we have to invest in them. And for us to invest in them is by us coming together so that we can join hands. I'm happy that we've been able to join hands from Kenya. That we have the Angel Smile Initiative. That's this initiative, this whole initiative powered by Kipajikazi. And then we have the Integrated Award Initiative from Tanzania. And then we have the Kens Foundation who are also supporting us in running this program. So what I can be able to say is anyone who is out there, even through calling or even just by reaching out to me, you can directly reach out to me. I'll be able, I don't know how we'll be able to get that. If I'll be able to get you my contact, so just get to him. I'll be able to give him my contact so that we can be able to join hands. If you feel there is something that you need to add to this, it's not that we're giving it perfection, but that's just an idea that we need to coil together and see how best we can be able to do this.
We need to do this
Yes.
on together. Hey,
Yes.
please support this program. This is just the beginning. What they're doing, or what these youth and young adults is turn them into entrepreneurs that's out, not just for Africa, but the whole world. This is a pilot program that we need to think about. I tell you what, thank you all so much for taking the time to come on the show. This has been extraordinary, extraordinary. You know, continue to do what you all are doing. Continue to dream big, think big, and be big at everything you
I
do.
think I like your saying more collaborate.
Create, collaborate, commit
Commit.
with company.
Confidence.
We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life, and we'll see you then.